The Kenobi finale has come and gone, and they have saved the best chapter for last, in my opinion. The writing was not without its flaws, but this episode delivered an emotional story that enhanced the connection between the characters of this canon. The show opens with some questionable issues around the timing of events. Reva is injured from the lightsaber wound that she sustained in the previous chapter, but somehow she has already made it to Tatooine in search of Luke. Now, I'm assuming she used her personal craft to get off planet, but my question is not how she survived the injuries. Others have done so, namely Mace Windu in Shatterpoint when he survived an impaling by his own lightsaber in much the same way. But how was she stable enough to go on this vengeful mission immediately afterwards? Perhaps we'll see this explained in another show or medium. We get another nod to A New Hope, or perhaps The Last Jedi, as Darth Vader and the Grand Inquisitor chase down the fleeing rebels aboard a Star Destroyer. I thought the Grand Inquisitor's performance throughout the season was done well. He captured the nuance of the character, and I would have actually liked to see more of him. In fact, I think it would have been a cool idea to see the Grand Inquisitor engage Reva in Chapter 5 after Vader stopped her from striking him down. Maybe Vader turns around giving that same speech, but then the Grand Inquisitor creeps up behind Reva. They duel, and she loses, allowing him to take back his Grand Inquisitor pin and even mock her in the same way, referencing revenge and survival, but that's just my thought. This final chapter, of course, is focused around Vader and Kenobi. All events have led to this confrontation, and in my opinion, the fight delivers. It has a similar vibe to that of the remake of Episode 4, done by the team over at Fix It in Post, that YouTube channel. And while there weren't any stakes involved in this battle, I mean, we all know that both survived to fight another day, but there was still some excitement and tension. The swordplay was impressive. Watching Kenobi utilize both his left and right hands to confuse Vader was genius. And the Force powers on display were straight out of Star Wars: The Old Republic. I loved that. Kenobi using the Jedi Consular's telekinetic throw and Vader using the Consular's project and Force Quake was cool to see on screen. The terrain was underwhelming when compared to that of Mustafar, but it served its purpose. But it was the emotional aspect of the fight that most impressed me, a conversation spoken through words and actions. With a nod to the Rebels' battle between Vader and Ahsoka, we see the Dark Lord's mask get sliced open again, revealing Anakin's face. Through teary eyes, Kenobi confesses his regret and sorrow for what has happened to his brother and the suffering he's endured. We watch as Vader's voice changes between Anakin Skywalker and the robotic intonations of Darth Vader, portrayed so well by James Earl Jones. I felt Kenobi's pain, Anakin's struggle, and ultimately Vader's resolve. Yoda was right. Gone he is. So once again, but this time with the moral high ground, Kenobi defeats Anakin and leaves him to wallow in his own self-destruction. In the end, I enjoyed this season. There are some things I would have chosen to do differently, but as a whole, the series sits well in the current canon. I thought the actors did well to portray each of their characters. Owen and Beru Lars and the Grand Inquisitor was on point. I would have liked to see a bit more action from the fifth brother, and I hope we get to see or read more of Tala's story. She was interesting to me. Live-action Alderaan and the Organas felt as I imagined. I like the connection between Leia and Kenobi, and I'm interested to see where Reva's story will take her. Qui-Gon showing up in the final minutes of the episode made me happy. I'm 50-50 on how I feel about a second season. I suppose it would really depend on the story looking to be told, but you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you enjoy this first season? Are you open to another? What story could they tell in a second season? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on TikTok and YouTube. As always, I do what I love. I hope you love what I do. This has been a Rancorous Review. Until next time.